I'm feeling a little bit of libertarian hopelessness
Yeah.
in my life.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been for a while, and at the same time, I'm starting my new business, and it's sort of a semi-local type of thing here in New York, where I live, and of course, any sort of libertarian would be depressed living in New York City. I don't know. I'm just struggling a little this week.
So what are you struggling about? That it's too much work, or why are you feeling hopeless? Why do you say you're hopeless?
I
We're looking
feel
at
like
your website
I'm
now,
not.
by the way. So it's btccoach.com.
That's right. Oh, exciting! Thank you for pimping me out, Derek J.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. So yeah, I've got you up here, up on the screen. You've got a nice little home, about page, a blog, and a schedule. People can all check
Yeah.
out. So btccoach.com. So why are you feeling hopeless?
You know, I'm sure it's a momentary, temporary thing, and I'm sure. I feel like the quality of libertarians I've been meeting in my life lately have not been what I want them to be. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I
You know what I
hear
mean?
you on that. But that's good news, Jeff. While it might seem ugly and bad to have all of
Yeah,
these like neocons or fascist liberals claiming to be libertarians,
yeah,
what that tells me is that libertarianism is becoming popular.
yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
it's cool to be libertarian now. It's the fringe, like, developing culture. And
I was just gonna say, yeah, we're totally the cool kids now, and
yeah,
people are like interested in like, oh, so you're not belonging to one of these two horrible parties. It's
it's
it's definitely
refreshing.
fascinating. I think like being in a zoo or something, people stare at you a little funny.
Yeah, wasn't there a Fox host who recently claimed that he was an anarcho-capitalist?
God, I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah,
Um,
Eric Bowling just
can I
announced
tell you
that. And
something
he's
that
not.
really?
He's not an
Yeah,
anarcho-capitalist. For our listeners, we have to make that clear. He's a Fox host, and he's a total neocon. But he's saying he's an
yeah.
anarcho-capitalist, which says to me he thinks that's cool. So go on. What
Yeah.
was your thoughts? I interrupted you.
Yeah, and the fact that the word was mentioned on Fox News means it gets Googled and people learn something.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. But I have to say I have a problem with libertarians, the libertarians that I've been meeting lately and talking to online and things like that.
Why? What's
And
your
that
issue
is,
with them?
my issue is when they get worked up and concerned and riled up about things they can't do anything about, like
Mm.
the cops. You can't do anything about the cops. You just can't. Cops are going to shoot people. Do you know what I mean? I feel like a rant is coming here, but like I get it.
Lay it on
The
me,
cops,
sister.
yeah, right. The cops, you know, the cops in St. Louis are the same as the cops anywhere else, and they're assholes, and they're profilers, and they're targeting people, and they're using brute force, and it's just how it's going right now, and it's not going to get better, and they have no incentive to get better, and half of them were, you know, traumatized in the military. Of course they're shooting people, of
Hmm.
course, and you can't do anything about it. Complaining on the internet, and I find myself doing it just to spite myself. Complaining on the internet about this crap is not going to make a difference. What makes a difference is yourself. You change your own world. You change your own relationships. You make your own relationships voluntary. And you raise your children the best you can in a peaceful way. This is the process. I guarantee you that whatever lawsuits or I mean, we're already finding out that Michael Brown is basically attacked this guy and threw his 300 pounds at this police officer is basically self-defense. I mean, I can't stand it that libertarians are making this their pet issue, frankly.
Yeah. Wow. I can empathize. I absolutely hear what you're saying. It's, it occurs to me we're all on a journey, right?
Yeah,
And a lot of the libertarians that you're describing who want to point their fingers at others and instead of improving themselves and their own lives and their own freedom, is that they're just not there yet, right? Like
yeah,
I was at a point where I was pointing my finger around at anywhere where I could point the blame
right.
to see because. First of all, we're all lied to about who the real culprits are, and then when we
Yeah,
finally become aware that, oh my gosh, these governments are totally criminal, these sociopaths and psychopaths inhabit the thrones of power in all of these countries around the world. They treat other human beings like cattle, like actual livestock, and trade them for one another, and it can be tempting to stop there and just point the blame and say, look, I found the culprits, now let's go get them. No, you can't stop there. As you point out, the right thing to do is to take control of what you can and change those things. Change yourself. Change your own life.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it starts with the aggressive people in your own life. It starts with the people that you interact with on a daily basis, the people in your family, the people at work, the people that you're married to sometimes, the people that you're raising, and the people that raise you. That's where the real government is. And the other government is going to go away, and it's going to fade away, and it's going to fall away, and people are going to say, oh my God, can you believe that they had taxation back in the 21st century? That's what the future is going to be like if you start changing your own personal life.
What does that look like for you?
Oh my gosh, I mean, I'm working day and night to be more a part of this movement, to be around people who are not aggressive, and to bring, and if there's somebody in my life who I care about, and this just happened the other day at a meetup.
Oh, you dropped out for a second. Please repeat whatever you were just saying. Something just happened at a meetup recently?
Yeah, I was at a meetup for Free Domain Radio listeners here in New York, and someone was being aggressive in the conversation, and I spoke to him about it. I said, there's aggression right here, and you can talk about the Fed night and day, but we have to talk about you and the way you're relating to other people.
Wow, yes, that is the important point. Yeah. Give me more. What was that like? What did he say?
Oh, I mean, he got real quiet, which for this person who's a born and bred New Yorker was quite a change in attitude and perspective. He got real quiet, and he looked at me and he said, you know, nobody's ever said that to me before. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna have to work on that.
Wow.
And I said, I really appreciate that. I mean, that means a lot, and it means I'm being a good coach. It means I'm practicing the principles, you know.
Well, tell us more about your coaching services, because, oh, no, that sound means we're out of time. You can check out Jeff at btccoach.com. That's Bitcoin Coach, of course. And we'll have to leave it there. Jeff, I appreciate your call and your thoughts and your microphone and headphones. Thanks so much for everything and all of the work that you're doing to advance peace and freedom in individuals' lives, the individuals who you impact on a daily basis. You have to catch us next Sunday. This is Peace News Now.